Going. I think we're boogieing, man. Oh, there's a little bit of background noise, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yo, what's going on, chat? What is going on, chat? I'm gonna turn that down a little. Oh, well, that turns it down there too, doesn't it? If I turn this down, I'm figuring things out. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, cool. We're gonna do that. Whoa. Hey, Julie, what's up? What's up? How you been, man? I think that's pretty good. Let's do it right there. Whoa, what's up, Meg? How's your week? Happy Friday. We made it, man. We made it. We're here. If you're new to the channel, if you're just joining, welcome. My name is Jesse Lyon. I am a professional dream scientist with Dream App, here to interpret your dreams. So if you've got questions, if you want to know what your dreams are trying to tell you, and use your dreams like the window that they are into your mental health, I would love to answer your questions. The free app is in my bio. Check it out. But also on Fridays, we do a subscriber-only live. So if you want to get your dreams interpreted, consider subscribing to the channel. Hang out, check it out, and we'll tell you what your dreams mean, man. When I do them on Thursdays live as well, but on Thursday lives, it's just open to everyone. On Fridays, we get to be a little bit more specific, a little bit more intentional about working with people and telling them what their dreams mean. I actually made a very interesting video today about MK. Thank you for the sub. Welcome back. Back in the chat. Lion Pride fam, what's good? But I made an interesting video today about dreams that you'll have when you're depressed. And so I think I'm in this weird stage where I'm like playing around with things a little bit and like trying out some different ideas. I think that I'm going to try and kind of go back into the mental health bend because I was doing a bunch of dream interpretation stuff. And it was just for fun, just kind of pop culture-y. But I think I'm gonna go back into like dreams you'll have when you're anxious, dreams you'll have when you're struggling with depression, dreams that you'll have during grief, dreams that you'll have because of trauma. So I think it's gonna be interesting. I want to kind of make that connection between mental health and dreams some more, and interpret those things. So yeah. What are you dreaming? What are we talking about today? I love it. Welcome everyone. Yeah, I feel like, let's do this. Let's do this for a minute. Let me ask you all subs. So, the channel has changed quite a bit. A lot of things are happening. Give me your honest feedback. I've been trying to do some more trendy stuff lately. I've been trying to do some things that are a little bit more like, with the viral sounds, some things that are a little bit more like hip and FYP, ready. But that's different. I mean, I used to make a lot of videos that were just talking, and that's it was just talking. It was explanation. It was very mental health related. Do you like that? Do you miss that? I mean, I'm sure most of you who are subscribers like found me during that time in my TikTok journey, so I'm sure you probably miss it. But what do you think of the change? Is the change good? Do you wish it went back? What are you feeling about it? I would love some feedback from it. I'm just rambling. I'm just monologuing. For everyone here, I'll introduce myself one more time as we kind of get started with the subscriber only live. Welcome. My name is Jesse Lyon. I am the chief dream scientist at DreamApp. We have developed an app that uses your dreams to give you insight and decode the messages about your mental health. So if you struggle with dreams, or if you just want to know why you don't dream or why you keep dreaming about certain people, download the Dream app. The link is in my bio. I would love for you to check it out and let me know what you think. It's got a huge dream dictionary. There are dream experts who are live and standing by 24/7. So 4 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, 2:30 a.m. when you wake up in the middle of the night, not sure what's going on. There's a dream expert there to answer your questions. So that's something we love to do, and it's like something that's really passionate to me. It's something I want to see happen, like getting dreams and using dreams as the tool for mental health that they are. It's a shame that, dreams have become like linked with pseudoscience, and, dreams have become like, people think of them like astrology, but they're not. Like, dreams are such a great window. Yeah. Jesse, my guy, J Av, what's up? MK's back in the chat. Missed you, MK. You were like not subscribed for all of 10 minutes, and I cried a single tear. Played the world's smallest violin. So sad. Julie says, I really like the talking videos with explanation, but new stuff is fun and light as well. Man, I tell you what, that means so much to me, Julie, and everyone else in the chat. Like, part of being on social media is just that, like, things change. And so things are going to always be different and changing. Like, the social media platform changes, like culture changes. And so I'm trying to like grow and find myself. I feel like I'm trying to grow and find myself every week. So it can be just tough, to like understand what's going on. So I felt like my videos were getting a little repetitive there. So I tried a couple new things out today. So we'll try it out. For anyone who's interested, I don't know if you know, but I am live as well on Instagram and YouTube. So if you haven't checked it out, Tiffany, thank you for the share. Thank you for sharing the live, and thank you for sending me the TGIF. Thank goodness it is Friday. Oh my gosh, it's been a week, dude. It's been a week. This week was one of the busiest weeks I've ever had. Next week, I'm recording 2 separate podcast episodes, so I am on it. If you haven't subbed to YouTube, if you haven't checked out Instagram, honestly, I'm slowing down my Instagram and YouTube in a lot of ways because I just have such a great platform with DreamApp. Like, there's so many supports there, and there's so many like people who are helping me with that project that, like, I love my TikTok, and I'm always going to be making my TikTok stuff. But there's so many cool things that we're doing with YouTube that you got to check out DreamApp. Yeah, check out the DreamApp YouTube channel. Rena, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. MK, you didn't know I have a podcast? I have 2 podcasts. I'm kind of winding down the one. So I used to have a podcast called Tripping Off. Yeah. And Tripping Off was just me kind of like figuring out and finding myself during the pandemic. But now we have a new podcast. It is on Spotify and Apple Podcast and Stitcher and Google Podcasts, and it's on YouTube as well. It's just called DreamApp. So check it out, search it. It's fantastic. The first one, we had Jason on the podcast. Yeah. MK, there's so many things going on. Don't worry. You do not live under a rock. There's just so many things going on and so many wonderful, exciting, like new adventures, that it's hard to keep up with them all. Raylan, tell me, why are you annoyed today? What happened? I'll check it out for sure. Hey, I'd love your opinion. We just wrapped up we just wrapped up the recording with Dr. Courtney Tracy, the Truth Doctor. So her episode will be coming out in a few weeks. You know, you got to give it to the editors, got to give it to the team, you know, to make sure and get the lighting right and get the edits right, you know, and get the audio right. So, yeah. It snowed today. Yeah, Rena, where are you? Where are you? Are you in Minnesota? Yes. Oh my gosh. How many people in the chat are from Minnesota? Because I know Rena's there. MK is in Minnesota, and Raylan is in Minnesota. Wow. Raylan says, dude, I don't know. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Laundry obstacle. Rice didn't cook. Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel that. That can be miserable sometimes. Rough. I can identify with that. Usually, I don't know for you, Raylan, but for me, like whenever I'm waking up like on the wrong side of the bed, right? Whenever I'm waking up on the wrong side of the bed, it's usually a sign to me that I'm burnt out. I have like zero emotional capacity left. I have zero like energy, and like, you know how they talk about like your cup, you know, like your emotional energy cup. And so if your cup is already almost full and life pours in stress, it starts to overflow. And so when I'm burnt out, you know, I'm overworked and stressed already. When I wake up and just the minorest inconvenience happen, I start to overflow and I just am exploding everywhere. But Raylan, that sucks. I'm sorry. Take some time for yourself. You deserve it. The place I want to order from won't deliver to me. Oh, see, now that's the worst. That's the worst. Just miserable. There we go. Where did you want to order from? What were you trying to get? My keyboard was supposed to come today, but it's coming tomorrow. No. You can use my keyboard. You want to use my keyboard? You can use it. It's very blinky. It's got lots of colors. 3 miles? Dude, you could walk there. 3 miles. 3 miles is not too far to deliver food. Let's see. You from upper, central, or lower Minnesota? Yeah, tell me about it. I'm smack in the middle of Florida. There is no snow here, promise. Just north of the city. I got the same one. You got the same one as me? Oh, this one's great. Let's go through. You got to see. Hold on. You got to see these modes. Hold on. I got to show you my favorite mode. So that one's pretty fun. So every time you press keys, it does that. Hold on. Let me turn this light off so you can see. Look at this. Every time you press something. I mean, how enjoyable is that? Let's do another one. That one just glows, right? Yeah. I mean, come on. That's pretty fun too. Dream app keyboard, best in the world. No, it's a royal clutch, actually. That one's fun. So every time you're typing, or like do certain things. Where's my favorite? I gotta find my favorite one. Hold on. There's that one. It's got like 15 different modes, I swear. All of them super fun. Woo! Do one where the keys light up when you push it. Yeah, that's my favorite one. I'm trying to find it. This is my favorite. What am I typing in? Oh my gosh, I almost dropped my water. That's my favorite. And sorry, I could play with it all day. That's what she said. Oh, you didn't hear me say that. I didn't say that. That wasn't me. I could play with it all day. It's supposed to start snowing in northern Michigan soon. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I can't wait for you to get yours. Wait. Everyone's so far away from me. Oh. So Tiffany, are you also in Minnesota? Oh, Jackie's in Michigan. Okay, I'm getting Minnesota and Michigan mixed up. You know, It actually, I kind of, it's going to sound so bad. I like typing in the dark because it's like, it's super fun. It's super fun. I don't know, man. It's the little things, right? You know, sometimes in Toronto, damn, that's cold. Tiffany's from Toronto. I will tell you, one thing that I have learned as I have grown as a human being is do not underestimate the little things. Oftentimes, I will say to myself, that's not a big deal. It's fine. I don't need to clean that up. I don't need to change that. It's not going to make a big difference. But then it's like these little things that you change, like taking the time to buy nice bed sheets, taking the time to get nice food, taking the time to clean up your work area. It has just this incredible compound effect on your mind and your mental health. It is wild. So that is one thing that I am guilty of all the time. I will think, this isn't a big deal. We shouldn't worry about this. But then like I'll start to do it and I'm like, wow, I feel so much better doing this. Yeah. Julie and Tiffany, fellow Canadian. Yeah. Lover, eh? Canada jokes. Julie, nature lover. I love it. Well, welcome everyone to the chat. How have your dreams been this week? What's been going on? I learned some pretty interesting stuff this week because of that podcast with the Truth Doctor, which will come out pretty soon on the Dream App channel on YouTube. But I kind of learned, I learned some interesting statistics about borderline personality disorder, which the Truth Doctor is very open about her diagnosis of. And I learned that the average person, 7 to 10% of the population struggles with bad dreams and nightmares. Someone with borderline personality disorder struggles with it 49%. So 49% of those who struggle with or who are diagnosed with borderline personality disorder struggle with their nightmares, compared to 7 to 10% of the average population struggles with their nightmares. That difference is huge. Like that is a huge disparity between, those people who struggle with their nightmares regularly and those people who are diagnosed with borderline personality. Like that's a big difference. And then one of the things, I went to the International Association for the Study of Dreams conference. Please, MK, put it in. So I went to the conference, right, for the International Association for the Study of Dreams. And one of the pieces of research that they put out was there is a strong correlation between those people who struggle with emotional self-regulation and those people who struggle with nightmares, those people who struggle with terrible dreams that wake them up and they stay with them throughout the day. I mean, you've had this, like where you have a bad dream that just like ruins your whole day. Like you can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop worrying about it. It can distract you from your work. Sometimes you can even have dreams that you're not even sure whether it actually happened or not, like dreams that feel so real that you think they actually happened. People who experience those type of very strong dreams also typically struggle with emotional self-regulation. Now, there's something interesting, though. They also found a strong correlation. Those people who have difficulty with emotional self-regulation also have better dreams. So their bad dreams are very bad. Their good dreams are very good. So it's these extreme highs and lows. Somebody who's very emotionally regulated, very stoic, very kind of like, those type of people who just have a very kind of like, they feel like a boulder, right? It's like talking to an Easter Island head, they're just like a rock. Those people tend to not have very intensely good dreams or very intensely bad dreams. Their dreams are just kind of like, not emotionally intense. They're just kind of blah, which makes sense. So there's this strong connection between the emotional intensity you feel during your waking life and the emotional intensity you'll feel during your dream life. For sure. Julie says, I'm going to switch to YouTube because I think TikTok will censor it. Oh, yes. Good point. Drop it over on YouTube. Send me a chat on YouTube. Make sure I can see it. Make sure I can see it, Julie. YouTube's got the cute little background music too. Tell me if the stream sounds weird over there. Yeah, no, it doesn't sound weird. It makes sense. But some people are surprised, right? Like they'll have these terrible, terrible dreams and they'll be like, I don't know why I'm having these bad dreams. I'm like, well, is life kind of living hell for you right now? They're like, well, yeah. Well, there you go. Your mind's just trying to digest. You get what I'm saying? That reminds me of an awful dream I had. Meg, put it in the chat, man. Put it in the chat. Some people are over on YouTube chatting with me there. Some people are chatting with me here, just because of the censorship stuff. So try putting it here. I mean, MK, I'm watching MK's, waiting for her to get through it. Whoa, Dorsey's here too. What's up? Welcome, Dorsey. Welcome to the Lion Pride chat, man. We just hanging out, chilling. How's your week? We're interpreting dreams. We're gonna go with MK's dream now. MK, when you finish with your dream, just put one that says done, and that way I'll know it's done. Like you've finished typing in your dream. It's tough. Okay, wait. Let's do Meg's. Let's do Meg's because Meg, it took away your part 1. It censored your part 1. Meg, try YouTube maybe? Dream app YouTube? Or maybe try changing some words so I can see the dream? Okay, I'm waiting for MK's. MK's coming through. Last night my dream told me to go to work. Have you been feeling like you don't want to go to work? And so your dream, you're like, I don't want to go to work. And your dream's like, nah, you need to work. You got bills to pay, sister. I feel that. I feel that. I used to sleepwalk a little bit. I'm feeling that too, man. It's Friday. I'm like, you boys tapped out. I'm done, man. I'm done. Oh my gosh. But I used to work valet downtown Orlando, right? So I would go run cars. I've parked some crazy cool cars, by the way, like some Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Maybachs, like all this stuff. Some souped out like Mitsubishi Eclipse, they've got what's the other one, the Subaru SRT, right? Am I getting that wrong? I hope I'm not. But I've gotten to drive some really, really fun cars. All the Teslas, super great. Love those cars. They're very, very interesting. They're very fast. But anyways, it's a very athletically demanding job. It's a lot of oh man, darn, that's a bummer. Meg, try maybe sending it over on YouTube. I wonder if YouTube doesn't censor it. But anyways, so it's a very physically demanding job because you got to run to these cars, drive them back, and all this stuff. And so I would get home after doing this, and it'd be like 3-4 o'clock in the morning because it was late. I had the late shift, and so I'd try and go to bed, but I would go to bed, but then I'd end up like sleepwalking or like moving around too much and being restless because my body was all keyed up. And so it was very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So I always tell people that, like, if you're struggling with sleep or with your dreams, you might want to think like, were you really keyed up? Were you working out? Were you doing something physically strenuous, like right before you fell asleep? Because that may be something that's going on. Hey, Meg, I absolutely can see it. There you are. There you are. You pop up on my computer screen, so I have to look up here. But yeah, try it out. See if it censors things over here. Okay, I'm gonna get to MK's because it's long. Okay, MK's dream says, okay, this is gonna be many parts. So I was outside playing with my nephew when these zombie-like people flooded my neighbor's backyard. Okay, so let's take a minute here. So outside playing with your nephew, that probably represents your inner child or somebody that you care about, right? And then zombies are usually problems from the past or something that you're running from, something that's like kind of haunting you. Now, being in your neighborhood, being around your house, and maybe even in your next door neighbor's yard has a lot to do with, this is your mind. This is your mental space. This is like your mental environment, right? Your house is a symbol for your psyche. And so being in your neighbor's house is like, you're kind of venturing outside of your own frame of thinking, your own type of thinking, and you're a little bit out of the norm in your way of thinking, way of being, but you're close to home inside your mind. So that's what's going on so far, right? I told him he can't be there, and he ran to the other... Wait a minute, hold on. I saw a figure in my yard smiling at me. Ooh, it's in your yard. That's important. So this is something in your mind. I told him he can't be there, and he ran to the other corner of the yard, and there were like 5 others. Ooh, 5 others were standing. One was smiling at me in my house. My face went numb and I couldn't speak. I ran inside to tell my boyfriend to call the cops, but he begins acting zombie-ish and says no. Okay, let's pause there. So this is actually really interesting. MK, this is great. This is great. Oh yeah, Meg, it's looking like it's showing up. All right, I'm getting to yours next, Meg. So there's this figure, there's this dark figure in your yard. Remember, your yard, your house represents your mind. This dark figure is your shadow. And it kind of makes sense, right? Like your shadow are all the things that you repress and don't like and hide about yourself. It's all those things that you've been shamed for and guilted for and told that, well, that's being a bad boy or a bad girl. Don't do those things, right? And so that's what this figure stands for. It's actually a part of you, but a part of you that you're afraid of confronting and afraid of admitting is there. So you run to go tell your boyfriend, right? That's you looking for help from outside. Call the cops. Now, what's interesting about the cops, though, cops tend to symbolize our feelings of guilt. And so when you say, you know, go call the cops or go talk to your boyfriend, that represents that sometimes you're a little bit codependent, right? Instead of being strong and being brave and taking care of things yourself, you look to other people for help because you don't feel strong enough. And you look towards the cops. And, you know, when the police kind of show up in your dream, that can be some feelings of guilt for these shadow parts of your own kind of psyche personality. All right, so let's continue. Then your boyfriend kind of turns zombie-ish and it's like, oh my gosh, like the pain from my past is also poisoning my relationship with my boyfriend. Throws a blue powder in my face. Oh, this is interesting. Wake up in my yard and find my boyfriend, assuming I hallucinated it and passed out. Ooh, so that's like a little bit of disassociation. The blue powder can be a lot of things. It can be a lack of clarity, a lack of vision. Oftentimes I see smoke and powder and and fog being used as like, I don't feel clear in my understanding of something right now. So the blue powder in the face can be about that. Assuming I hallucinated it, and then you passed out. The dream continues and you say, I tell him to take me to the ER and tell him what happened. The zombie people then show up again, right? So here's what's interesting. Let's pause there. What I find happens very often with dreams is that they repeat the same message several times, typically 3 times actually. So we've seen the first part already. Bad guy in the shadow is in my mind. I look to other people for help because I don't feel strong enough. So here we go again. The zombies show up again in the hospital. This is my shadow, the zombies. I'm in the hospital because I'm looking for help from other people because I don't feel strong enough to deal with the zombies or my hallucinations. They show up again, and HW gets them by name and gives me a creepy smile. Then he takes me to town where I find my mom and ask her to take me to the ER. So here we go. Looking for outside help. She says, okay, and I explain what happened. She pulls a U-turn and takes me to a hidden clinic where all the patients are missing their eyes. See, back to the blue powder, back to a lack of vision, a lack of clarity. So you can see, wow, MK, I'm like blown away by this dream. It's so interesting because you can see the same symbols being repeated over and over again. Shadow figure in your yard, run to boyfriend. Blue powder in the face, lack of clarity. Then your boyfriend turns to a zombie. You think that you're hallucinating. You go to the ER. The ER has zombies. Then you go see your mom, right? Take you to a hospital, outside help, but they all have no eyes. So it's like, I'm afraid of who I am, so I look to other people for help, and that causes me difficulty with insight into my life and vision for the future. And so you can see just this repeating symbol over and over again. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's finish it up. Where I find my mom and ask her to take me to the ER. She says, okay, and I explained what happened. She pulls a U-turn and takes me to a hidden clinic where all the patients are missing their eyes. She says it's so they can't see the zombie figures anymore. Done. Oh. The warning of your dream is you are strong enough. Don't doubt your strength, and don't sacrifice your clarity of vision to try and hide from the problems that are in your past. Don't look to other people to fix it. You can do it. You are the one. Wow, that's beautiful. MK, does that connect with you? Like, am I talking about something that you are aware of in your life? Is this new information to you? Is it connecting with you in any way? I would love to know, because we spent a good amount of time on that, and that was a really beautiful dream. MK, please tell me, what do you kind of think about this? Raylan, wait a second. There's an adult Happy Meal? At freaking McDonald's? What? No way. There's an adult Happy Meal at McDonald's. Hold on, I gotta Google this. Are you for real? For real? Because that sounds fantastic. Adult Happy Meal McDonald's. I want one. I'm getting one. Can I get one now? Can I get... Oh, it's with the double eyes. I saw the toys out, like online somewhere. And I was like, what? I didn't realize what it was. I didn't know it was an adult. Whoa, I gotta try it out. Big Mac or chicken nuggets. Oh, hell yeah. It does. I'm blown away at how beautiful you explain that. Oh, MK, that makes me so happy. MK says that the interpretation that I gave does connect with her and that she's blown away at how beautiful I explained it. Well, thanks, MK. I'm just happy I could help. Your mind really explained it beautifully. I'm just helping you understand what the symbols really mean. You know, it's wild to me. Sometimes I not that I doubt dreams, but sometimes like I hear dreams, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fucking crazy. Like, I don't, maybe this is the one. You know, there's always that moment where it's like, maybe this is the one that I can't interpret. Maybe this is the one that I can't figure out. And I'm just surprised over and over by like, whoa, this is profoundly significant. Like, this is the clearest picture, the clearest window into our mental health that we have. And it's just crazy that more people don't use it. Yeah. You all are cool. We playing Let's Stump Jesse. Yeah, basically, y'all testing my ability. I love it. I'm up to the challenge though. But sometimes sometimes I get dreams and I like get worried. I'm like, oh my God, what am I sure I'm going to be able to interpret it? Too much. Okay, all right, Meg is next. Let's get to Meg. Meg's over here on YouTube, sending me the messages so that way they don't get censored over here on the TikToks. So let's do it. Okay. The guy who told me to wake up for work was a carpenter. Ooh, building structure in your life. Carpenter, building structure in your life. That's nice. Usually a masculine sort of character. So it's like about insight and structure and protection. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's get to Meg's. Meg says this. So my kids went missing in the dream. My kids went missing and the plague doctor showed up and gave me 2 kids that looked like mine, but they were not mine. I spent the entire dream searching and fighting people to find my kids. By the end of the dream, I found my oldest and she knew where my youngest was, but I woke up. I found her on a bus of men trying to take her away. I fought them and they gave up and said, send her to her. A shadowy figure walked to me. I thought he was going to kill me, but it was my oldest. And she sat by me. She was a little older and told me she loved me. Whoa. Hey, Horse Fish Chicken. Thank you for the follow. Tiffany, ooh, 2 dreams. Put them in the chat. Man. We're working through dreams. I'm on Meg's, Julie's next, and then I'll do yours, Tiffany. Let's figure it out. And we have a scary story. We got a whole night lined up, okay? Hopefully I can fit this in the next 30 minutes. So Meg, okay, so here's the thing. Some similar symbols actually to the dream we just did. But let's work on this interpretation for the dream. So my kids went missing. Very normal for parents to dream about their kids going missing or to dream about their kids being in danger, because it's your mind kind of preparing for the worst possible outcome. And it's your mind kind of telling you that deep down you worry about whether you're strong enough, smart enough, fast enough to take care of your kids. Worried about being enough, right? So, okay. Your kids went missing and a plague doctor showed up. Now, plague doctor is like mysticism. It's scary. It's an old way of thinking. It's an old way of trying to heal, right? So this is like bad old coping strategies. It can be a little spooky. Plague doctor showed up and gave me 2 kids that look like mine. So this is you trying to substitute into your life something that is not actually what it needs to be. So The kids symbolize your strength and confidence in yourself. And so currently in your life, Meg, you've been substituting and pretending like you're strong and happy and like, proud of yourself and capable of doing things. But it's really, it's just a mask that you've been wearing. It's not your real kids. It's not your real strength and your real love. So the dream goes on. I spent the entire dream searching for and fighting people. This is you trying to find your confidence, trying to find your heart and your love, your relationships. By the end of the dream, I found my oldest, and she knew where the youngest was, but I woke up. I found her on a bus of men trying to take her away. So a bus is about going back to school. This is about, oftentimes we have dreams about school buses. When we don't feel very smart, we feel like we need to go back to school. Remember how you felt really dumb around your teacher sometimes? That's a school bus. But it's also, because it's a bus, it's a symbol of moving, transition in your life. You're going from one place to another, change. And so in this change, you're not feeling very strong, not feeling very confident. And what's so interesting is there's a shadowy figure that walks towards you. That shadowy figure represents the parts of yourself that you don't like. And that shadowy figure turns out to be the child that you missed. And so the whole dream is saying, right now you don't feel very strong and brave. You've been faking it and substituting things that are actually not healthy for you. The real solution to finding the love and the connection that you want is by actually embracing those things about yourself that you've been hiding. So I don't know what it is about yourself that you don't like, but in confronting those things about yourself that you don't like is the solution for finding that strength. Yeah. Pizza coming in clutch. Is that what you're gonna order, Raylan, instead of the food? I love it. Meg, so tell me about it. Does that connect with you? Is there something going on in your life? I would love for you to share what's going on in your waking life that your dream is really reflecting. You don't have to. It might be personal. That is a-okay. But I would love to know and love to be able to be there for you, at least just to know if it's kind of connecting with you. Yeah. No, Raylan, you're a very welcome member of the chat. Very welcome member of the chat. Listen, I'm with you, Raylan. I actually haven't remembered any dreams this week. I have been so stressed and so busy with things that I haven't been getting good sleep, and so I haven't been having my dreams. And so I know that's a real deficit, like that I haven't that I'm not getting the insight into my mental health that I should. And so it's on my priorities to fix that. Next week, I'm going to try and take it a little bit more slow and be a little bit more diligent about caring for myself. But hey, this week, I haven't had any dreams. So like, I'm with you. But keep your dream journal. Keep working on your mental health. They come back, Raylan. Don't worry. But you are always welcome here. I love the pizza comments. I need a break from dreams sometimes because they get so intense. So thank you. Meg says, I think it does. This dream happened probably over 6 months ago, and I was struggling with my identity outside of being a mom. But I feel I'm making progress. Meg, that's fantastic. I'm so glad for you. Being a mom is tough. Are you a new mom, Meg? Is that something new in your life? Because, I mean, even if it's not, like being a mom is really tough. It's easy to lose yourself and lose your connection and understanding of who you are. Absolutely. Yeah, does Jesse relax? No, probably not. Okay, Julie's turn. Let's get to it. Julie says, so I had a dream where I was walking in on myself, killing a man with an axe. Yes, TikTok would have definitely censored that dream, Julie. Oh man, it got stuck. There we go. So I had a dream where I walked in on myself, killing a man with an axe. I was tied up and I had hacked him up. Oh, he was tied up and I had hacked him up. Ooh, okay. I asked what was going on and was told he had to die. I remember the man being a lumberjack. Then the floor gave way and all three of us plunged into shark-infested waters. The me that killed the man tried to kill me to protect the other me. What? The me that killed the man tried to kill me to protect the other me. Whoa. So, okay, let's break it down. So, okay, you walk in on yourself, right? So this is you having a conversation with yourself. And there's a man and you're killing this man with an axe. So, can have two symbols. Now, this can be two levels. One, you're trying to like let go of, and you're trying to fight a part of yourself, symbolized by the man. But it's also you kind of like letting out that aggression. And so sometimes those dreams that are very aggressive can kind of surprise us, but it makes sense because people who are actually very, very timid and very, very shy and very, very like conscientious of others will often have very violent dreams because everyone has violence inside of them. Everyone has anger and everyone has feelings. And so if you repress those in your waking life, they're going to pop out into your dreams. So this makes sense to me because I do know you're a very kind person. And so this represents you're trying to kill off this guy. Now it's a lumberjack. Now lumberjacks are all about cutting down wood. Now a lumberjack, that symbolize of cutting down wood, trees are life. So this is something in your life that is taking away your life force, symbolized by the tree of life. So I don't think that this man is actually part of you. This is you killing off something that is toxic for you. And so he's tied up and you hacked him to pieces. That's beautiful. I love that. Fantastic, right? But then the floor gives way and all three of you are plunged into shark-infested waters. Now, shark-infested waters is a symbol for difficulties with your own emotions. Water is emotion and the sharks are the problems inside of our emotions. So this is anxiety, depression, pain, whatever. And you're plunged into the water. And so that person, you, kills you. And so what's actually interesting is I actually think that this is a wish dream. There is a part of you in your dreams that wishes that it could get rid of the fake you that lives your daily life. And so there's this fake you that is very kind and very nice, but inside lives the strong, dominant, violent, aggressive you in a positive way. And in order to deal with the unsettling emotions that you're currently having, there's a little part of you that wishes that you could get rid of the fake person that you are in your day-to-day life and instead be this violent, assertive, and strong woman that you see in your dreams. So Julie, does that make sense? Does that kind of connect with you? You kind of understanding? Let me know. Pop it in the chat. That's what I'm getting from this dream, and that's kind of the direction that your mind is saying that you need to take for your mental health as you kind of move forward. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. These are intense. These are good, man. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Rena was next. So let me do Rena here. Rena says, part 1, there are 2 cars. Oh, Rena, it looks like it deleted your part 2. You're welcome to type it over on YouTube if you want, but I'll definitely do part 1 here. I'm live on YouTube, Dream App YouTube channel. I'm also live on Instagram. You can actually also message me on Instagram, Dream App Instagram, dreamapp.io on Instagram if you want to do that as well. Okay, but Rena says, part 1 of the dream. Hey, for anyone who's here, I know there's 30 people in the chat and 5 people over on YouTube. So, and it fluctuates. Sometimes there's like 100 people in the chat. But just to introduce myself, welcome. My name is Jesse Lyon. I am the Chief Dream Scientist at Dream App, and it is my life's mission, my journey, to use to use dreams to help you with your mental health. Dreams are the greatest window into our mental health and into our psyche that we have. And so by learning to interpret dreams, you can get some crazy insights. I have seen people make such incredible progress in their mental health by just looking into their dreams when they have struggled for years in traditional therapy. So I'm really happy to be providing this. That's my mission. Thanks for being here. Today is subs only, so we are talking. Well, you're welcome to join over on the Dream App YouTube channel or on Instagram, but welcome. We're doing the thing. Okay, but we got Rena's. Yeah. Rena says, part 1, there are 2 cars. Cars are a symbol for independence, control in your life. There are 2 cars. 1 car in front of me that I was controlling. Oh, here's Rena over on YouTube. Got it. 1 car in front of me that I was controlling, like an RC car, but normal car size. I was driving the car behind and was following the first car and lost control of the remote car and lost it. Oh, there it is, and lost it. Ooh, so 2 cars. Now, remember, cars are a symbol, again, for control and independence in your life, but there's 2 cars, right? And so it kind of makes me wonder, the one is the RC car, and the other one is what you're actually driving. So it makes me wonder, what is going on in your life that feels out of control right now? That's my number 1 question. Your mind is trying to get you to pay attention to something in your life that feels out of control. The other part is, I would be very curious why you are trying to drive an RC car while you're sitting in a regular car. Perhaps there is something in your life that you're trying to control that you need to let go of. There's too much. You're doing too much driving. You're driving two cars. Maybe there's something you need to let go of and focus on the thing that's really important to you and focus on yourself. That would be kind of what I'm getting from the dream. Rena, tell me what you think about that. Tell me what you're thinking. Zola, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. I've got to get to Tiffany's dream, and then Zola, I'm gonna get right to your dream, and then actually we might call it quits and do a spooky story. So that's what we're gonna do, because I promised Raylan a spooky story. So you know me, I keep my word to Raylan and to everybody in the chat. But thank you everyone for being here. All right, let's get to Tiffany's. Zola's next, and we're gonna be on to story time. All right. Tiffany says, 1, there's a backstory. For the first one, there's this guy I've been flirting with for a while. Oh, Tiffany, good for you. Get it, girl. He's working on some construction outside my work. It's so dumb how we are. Dreamt I was in a very large building. Think Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, I love that. Bars and shopping. Having a great time with my friends and needed to go check my hair before we moved upstairs to the next club upstairs. But as I was walking, I see the guy I'm crushing on and pretend that I don't notice him. But there was a huge crowd that redirected me to where I was basically right in front of him, and he just suddenly is like, "What are your plans tonight?" I don't even remember what I said, but we held hands and I said goodbye to my friends and left. I woke up and went out, but I kind of want to start that dream again, and I did, LOL. But somehow we ended up in some weird arcade bar, and he was helping me count my crystals, amethysts. Then I woke up. To be continued, I guess. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So Tiffany, very classic crush dream, happens all the time. Remember, there are kind of two very important goals. There's many goals of dreams, but two things that you need to pay attention to. Dreams are processing your emotions, right? So your emotions are showing you what you want, and you want this crush. Like this is a cute guy that you're like interested in. You're like, oh man, I want give me a piece of that, right? And so you will dream about what it would be like to be with your crush, and dream about being with them and having a great night together. And like, you know, he's interested in your crystals, amethysts and stuff. I don't know what amethysts actually mean. I'm sure you know what amethysts are good for. And so it represents that in your dream. But you want to get your crush. And so your mind is dreaming about getting with your crush. So that way it can practice. And that way you can actually go and like pursue your crush in your waking life. That's what your dream is doing. It's kind of rehearsing and prepping you so you can be with your crush and you can ask them out in your waking life. Interesting that you avoided them though at first. There may be some shyness about it, maybe even some embarrassment, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I may end up converting you all from TikTok over to the YouTubes. I don't know, man. The character limit on YouTube is pretty good. Oh, we got a response from Rena though, because we just interpreted Rena's amazing dream. Rena says that she's been debating the boy and my job. Oh wait, here we go. Rena says, been debating between the boy and my job. Boy in Pennsylvania at the moment. I applied and interviewed for a job, but put east, but have my dream job run. Ah, okay, so that makes sense. There's the two cars. Are you driving both your job and your romantic life? And it's like it feels like you're gonna lose one. Tiffany says that the shyness is real. So Tiffany, your dream is trying to figure out how to deal with your shyness and go get you that boy, man. Go get you your crush. I think you said he. I hope I'm not assuming. Yes, you said he. I didn't think I was assuming that it was a he, but girl, go get it. Tiffany, you're a catch, man. You're a catch. I know. Meg, you're so true. It's a conundrum, man. It's like the character limit's better on YouTube, but the video quality's better here. It's true. Marissa, what's going on? Welcome to the chat, Marissa. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good. Tiffany, be confident. Practice. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Get over that social anxiety. Okay, I promise Zola. Zola, if you're in the chat, give me a thumbs up if you're still in the chat, because we're going with it. Yes, Raylan, this is the OG, and I will always prioritize messages on TikTok because I appreciate my subs for sure. So, yeah, I'll always be here, man. Zola says, okay, hello, Jesse. Oh, Zola's there. All right, what's up, Zola? You're next. Okay, hello, Jesse. My sister had a dream about me. She saw 7 white cats. Ooh, 7's a good number, good luck number. 7 white cats staring at her. White, usually a symbol of purity, innocence. Cats is femininity and independence. Then we were all eating as a family. She saw me being old and fat. I suddenly stopped breathing and died. In her mind, she said maybe if she told me about the 7 cats, I wouldn't have died. Interesting. Now, wait, this is your sister's dream, though, Zola. Yeah. Oh, interview was kind of stupid. Hated it. Sorry, Rena. Sorry, that sucks. So this is your sister's dream, not actually your dream. So your sister saw you. So, I wonder how old your sister is, too, actually. But here's what it means. The 7 cats are purity and independence and femininity. Now, your sister is worried about losing you, which is worried about losing a relationship. She's worried about losing the relationship with you, but she's worried about the relationship changing, which is the symbol for death. But she's also worried a little bit about herself. It's about her own types of changes that she's experiencing in her life. And it's a good luck symbol to have 7 and the white cats that are staring at her. So this is good things coming into her life, 7 being a positive number, white cats, femininity, right? But as she grows into this new stage of her life, her femininity and these things, it's going to mean that the relationship is going to change. And so she's worried about the relationship between the two of you changing, and she's worried about losing something, even though it's okay to let that thing go. So it's a little bit of fear of this change, and it's a little bit of fear of the relationship between both herself and you changing as life kind of continues on. So it's just fear, but it seems like a very simple fear, and overall, the dream seems very positive to me. So that's actually really cool. Zola, I hope that helps. I hope maybe you can even tell her kind of what I've said. 7 is a good luck number. It's a symbol for creativity as well. White and cats are innocence and purity and femininity and independence. And loss and death is actually not bad. That's actually a very good thing, but it's a big symbol for change. And it means that she's going to have to leave some stuff behind as she grows. So Zola, I hope you tell your sister that. Don't worry, I do not think you're going to die at all. I mean, go talk with your doctor if you're concerned about it, but you're fine. It's just a symbol for change. And actually a good change that's about to come into her life. So thank you, Zola. Fantastic dream. Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm catching up over here. Like the James Franco Seth Rogen movie. Oh my gosh, yes, the interview. So good. The Maryland DOT interview. Oh, that sounds miserable. LOL, no, the job interview. I'm being an idiot. That's all. I'm being an idiot too. Maryland Department of Transportation. Ugh. I'm sure that interview sucked, but it's probably a great job with great benefits. So I hope you get what it is, and I hope that the 2 cars in your life don't spiral out of control. Interesting though, Rena. What's interesting though is that cars are actually a dual symbol. So it's independence, but cars have a play on words. So you drive a car, and you also have a sex drive. So cars spiraling and spinning out of control is a little bit of your fear of your sex drive spiraling out of control. So it's kind of like, is my desire for this boy and like my sexual desires going to cause me to wreck what I think is really, really important. So it's you trying to balance these things. And it sounds like there's a little bit too much on your plate. Maybe not too much on your plate, but you're just not sure which to prioritize. And so that's tough. Yeah, I hope it's more money, though. Rena says, to be honest, it seemed less challenging than my current job. Probably not sure. Well, if it's less money, then if you're not making an upward move with the job, yeah. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself and your romantic life. I believe in that. Okay, so let us get to spooky story. Raylan, I promised you a spooky story. So we are going to read a spooky story. Let me dim. We're gonna dim the lights a little bit. Yeah. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh, we in spooky time now. I found a great story online. I found a great one. It is called. It's supposed to be spooky. I did not pre-read it, so this is my live, unbiased interpretation or response to it. But we're gonna read a little bit of a spooky bedtime story. It shouldn't be too long, just a few minutes. But it should be fun. So for everyone who's joined me, thank you so much. I'll say it one more time. My name is Jesse Lyon. I'm the Chief Dream Scientist at DreamApp, and it is my life's mission to help you use your dreams to improve your mental health. So I thank you for being here. If you struggle with dreams, if you want to learn how to dream again, and you want to get these insights from your unconscious mind, consider downloading the app, supporting the channel. Thanks for being here. On Fridays, we do the subscriber only. So this is a love statement, a thank you message from me to all my subs. I'll read you a little spooky bedtime story. Yeah, double stories this week, Julie. It's a good time. Double stories. Friday's the spooky one, though. But thank you, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate you being here to help me with this mission. It's been great. So let's get to the spooky story and have a wonderful weekend. The story is called Dream Girl. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Let's put this. Nice. Oh, I lost my webpage. Okay, there it is. Aliska looked at the large, crumbling mansion that lay across the fields from her little house. It had been empty for as long as she could remember. Every day, she gazed at it from her bedroom. She looked out her window and imagined what it would be like to live there. Aliska and her brother Chris lived with their parents in a small, dilapidated house. Her family was poor, and they could not afford to make the necessary repairs. Aliska was always too embarrassed to invite any of her friends over after school. One night, Aliska had a very strange dream. It was a dream about the old mansion. She dreamed that a beautiful young girl lived in the mansion, and she invited Elska to come inside. In the dream, the mansion was filled with ornate furnishings, and the walls were lined with expensive paintings. She dreamed that the girl showed her a room that was filled with beautiful jewelry. The next morning, when she awoke, Aliska looked out the window and noticed something different about the mansion. It looked as if the walls had been freshly painted, and there were curtains in the windows. It seemed like someone had moved in, after all. At breakfast that morning, she told Chris about her strange dream. "That's funny," Chris replied. "I had almost the exact same dream." "That's weird," Elska said, puzzled. Chris nodded in agreement. That evening, when Elska and Chris were playing in the field beside their house, they met a strange young girl. She was very, very beautiful, with long black hair and dark eyes. She was wearing an exquisite dress that shimmered in the fading light. "Hello," she said. "Hi," Chris replied. "Who are you?" "My name is Angela," the girl said. "I'm your new neighbor. My parents and I just moved into the mansion over there." When she heard this, Elska's mouth dropped open in astonishment. She was lost for words. "I'm Chris, and this is my sister Elska," Chris said. "Pleased to meet you," Angela said as she shook their hands. "Since I'm new in town, I don't really know anyone. Would you two be my friends?" "Of course," Elska said eagerly. "Sure," said Chris. "I'm so glad," Angela said. "Would you like to come see our mansion?" "We would be delighted," Elska said. Together, they walked through the tall grass until they came to the mansion. Angela opened the front door, and they followed her inside. The house was very beautiful. It was filled with ornate furniture, and expensive-looking paintings adorned the walls. When they went into the living room, they saw an elaborate chandelier hanging from the ceiling. "Hello, Mother. Hello, Father," Angela said. Her parents were sitting on the sofa, reading newspapers. They didn't look up at the youngsters as they filed past. "Come with me, Elska," said Angela. "I want to show you my playroom. I think you'll really like it." She opened a door and ushered Elska inside. Elska couldn't believe her eyes. It was exactly like the room she had seen in her dreams. The walls were lined with glass cases containing beautiful, intricate jewelry that sparkled in the light. Elska couldn't take her eyes off it. She was mesmerized. "Try on anything you like," Angela said. "I'll let you keep whichever one you like the most." Elska gasped as Angela left the room, shutting the door behind her. The girl moved from case to case, examining all the gorgeous necklaces, earrings, and brooches. She didn't know how much time had passed, but the spell was broken by a loud scream. It came from outside, and it sounded like her brother's voice. All of a sudden, she looked around and saw the room was changing. There were cobwebs and dark stains on the ceiling. The faded wallpaper was peeling off the walls. The lush carpet was gone, and the floorboards were covered in damp and mold. The wooden door was rotten, and the hinges were rusty. Elska grabbed the handle and pulled with all her might. She pulled so hard that the door came off its hinges and fell to the ground with a crash. She went in the living room. She was shocked to see everything covered in dust. The plaster was falling off the walls. Sitting on the couch where Angela's parents had been just moments before were two mummified corpses. Their flesh was rotting off, exposing the bones underneath their faces, were twisted in silent, eternal scream. Rats scurried fervently back and forth across the bare floor, which was strewn with trash. In the middle of the room, where there had been a coffee table, there was a large, dusty coffin, and its lid was hanging open. "Chris, where are you?" she screamed as she frantically looked around the room. Just then, her brother came staggering downstairs. He was clutching his neck, and blood was pouring down the front of his shirt. He opened his mouth to speak, but all that came out was a gurgling sound. His throat had been slashed open. Angela appeared on the stairs behind him. She looked much taller, and her face was deathly pale. Her cheeks were sunk, and her skin was lined and wrinkled. Elska's heart sank, and she felt as if she was going to faint. Angela's mouth opened wide, revealing sharp, pointed teeth. Tipped with blood, she lunged at Chris and bit into his throat and ripped out a chunk of flesh. Elska let out a terrified shriek and ran to the front door. She was dizzy with fear, but she managed to pull it open, and when she got outside, she ran as fast as she could. Tears were streaming down her cheek, and she couldn't stop screaming. She ran and ran across the fields, wandering through the tall grass, her heart beating fast and her hair standing on end. Eventually, she reached the safety of her own house. She rushed inside and slammed the door behind her. Then, in confusion, she looked around. She saw the dust, the cobwebs, the rats, the open coffin, and the dead body of her brother lying in a pool of blood on the floor. To her utter horror, she was back inside Angela's house, and there stood Angela, smiling from ear to ear, with blood dripping down her chin. Before Elska had a chance to react, Angela grabbed her by the shoulders and pulled her close. The last thing Elska felt before everything went black was a pair of fangs sinking into her neck. The end. Well, good luck sleeping after that one. That was a great story. Spooky. I like it. vampire story. Vampires, by the way, if you dream about vampires, has everything to do with your own cold killer instinct. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It was a good spooky one. True. And I've got tacos, so I'm going to go eat my tacos. You all have a fantastic night. I love each and every one of you so, so much. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend. You rest and care for yourself. You deserve it. You're worth it. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. I'll see you soon, all right? I'll be back on Thursday. I'll be back on Friday. If you need me in the meantime, you know where to find me. I'll be right here. Take care, y'all. Bye.